Hi everybody, welcome to Sports for All. I'm your host Eden, and today I've got a very exciting guest. So do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
I'm Jessie. I'm a project lead at the Teen Project, an amazing charity sort of dedicated to igniting confidence in teenage girls and getting them back involved in sports. So yeah.
Amazing, so good to have you. So my first question is, can you tell everybody a bit about your sports background? Maybe if you did any sports growing up, what was your relationship like growing up with being involved in sport?
Very good question. For me, I was very sporty in the beginning. Before I sort of hit the puberty age, I was very much getting involved in netball, had a bit of a go at lacrosse as well, which was fun. Running, swimming, hockey, athletics, everything. Was totally obsessed with it. And I think my height, because I'm like 5'10" as well, really, really helped.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, loved it until sort of teenage years.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is when things get a bit harder, and it's definitely hard to like engage more as well. And I think
Yeah.
also like that whole piece about like there's also that academic pressure as well. Like there's just so much going on when you're that age. But yeah, cool to find out more. So can you tell everybody a little bit about the teen project and the work that you do and what impact that has on young people?
Yeah, definitely. So we're a charity and we do 6-week confidence courses in schools in and around the UK, which is fantastic. And we are that intersection between mental and physical health. So we really encourage the girls to find movements that work for them rather than against them. Because I do feel like in schools, there's this whole focus on everything being very competitive and sweaty and clothes sticking to you and PE uniform not being nice and just very self-conscious, and especially going through that early teenage stage of life, which I had the experience with. It's steering away from focusing about what your body looks like to what it can actually do for you, which we feel is the most important thing. So we sort of schools bite our hands off, to be completely honest with you. They go, please, can you help this group of girls that we're really struggling with? We don't know what to do. They're lacking in confidence, disengaging from PE. They're not coming to school anymore. So we come in and we do sort of very tailored workshops to their needs. And we focus on a very holistic approach of sort of nutrition, sleep, movement, mindset, body confidence, all sorts of things that are psychologically backed. And we do impact reports to show the amazing progress that the girls have made over 6 weeks. So we pride ourselves off of that, but also we have one-to-one mentoring with each individual girl back to back bi-weekly. So those strategies, tips, tools, everything that we found really useful growing up and that we've learned from our psychology degrees as a team, we then give that to the girls that we're supporting. And then after the 6 weeks, we then offer our online platform, which is monthly resources that are uploaded for a year, not only to the small cohort of girls that we usually work with, which is about 12 to 15, but their whole year group. Everyone kind of goes, oh, this is what you've been doing for the past 6 weeks, and this is what we can now have access to, which is really cool. And then after 6 months of that, we go back in and see how they're doing and check in and sort of get some more data for our impact report, which then we resend to the school and to funders, obviously confidential, anonymous, so we can get more funding and go back to the schools to do different year groups, which is really cool. But alongside that, we also do community projects and summer term projects. So girls that aren't accessing school or need further support or tailored support, we there's a youth violence support group that we do, and we're branching out to do lots of amazing, crazy things. But we are like this growing. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it sounds amazing and so much within it as well. You guys do so much and also skills. I'm sure they can learn so much that they can implement as well, even after that kind of 6 month period as
Yeah.
well. It's really important. Which kind of leads me nicely on to my next question. What skills have you found have helped you from obviously being involved in sport and now working with young people who are struggling to get involved?
I think for me, it's accepting what my body can do rather than what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because the more you, I've always hated my legs because I'm so tall. But I look at them now as like my legs allow me to run. I can do this and this and this, rather than just focusing on, oh, they're not looking great today. Um, but also just that focus on self-acceptance. You're not going to love every part of your body. I don't think anybody does. Every single part, that would be quite abnormal.
Yeah, 100%.
Understanding that it's okay to not be perfect and everyone's different and that's amazing. But also focusing on the mindset of not wanting to be skinny
Yeah.
and on that mindset of wanting to be strong. Because growing up, obviously being really tall, my friends who were very petite were very much, short and very, very small, and I wasn't. So, but they couldn't do the things that I could do.
Yeah.
So they lift as heavy as I could, or they couldn't do certain things. Like I was very, very good at high jump, because of my height.
Yeah.
But it's that stressing the importance of everyone's not going to be good at everything.
Yeah.
Bodies are to be different, your genetics and habits and your growth and where you are in puberty impacts that. Um, but my mindset now, which it didn't used to be at school, was being strong
Yeah.
and being able to hold myself and, have good posture and be able to walk 10 miles without stressing it, or being able to go to the gym 3 times a day if I wanted to. Not that I do,
You
but if I was weak and skinny, I couldn't do
wouldn't
that.
be able to do it. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, 100% I agree. And I think, like, obviously, now as an adult, you're able to have that mindset now, and it can be really hard whenever you're that age group. And I like, obviously, the work that you do now, trying to like, encourage young people to see that from an
Yeah.
earlier age so that can help them when they're an adult. I think that's a really important mindset to have. We've kind of talked a little bit about this, but what do you think are some of the biggest challenges that young people face, and how do you think we can make environments better for them where they can feel safe and supported to continue to get involved in sport and stay involved?
I think very simple changes can be made. I think the girls that we work with currently, they're struggling with access to community sports in their communities because they're, massively fear of being judged. Even same-sex and mixed-sex groups, fear of judgment is huge, and that stems from social media and comparison and obviously self-belief and self-confidence. So obviously being biased, courses like ours would help, which would be fab, but like internally, and I guess wider organizations, potential government changes, really,
Mm.
really simple of like uniform.
Yeah,
Why are we giving girls really tight skirts and really tight tops and not the option to wear like joggers and a hoodie or leggings and a hoodie? Um, because that's what I would have wanted to wear. I didn't really want to wear a tight top. Let it be a baggy t-shirt. I don't care. But
literally. Yeah.
body's going through a lot of changes. That's the one thing for me. I had to wear 2 sports bras because I developed so quickly, and I was like, this is so embarrassing and so uncomfortable. But if I had a baggy t-shirt, great, I'd been fine. I would have got involved, but I didn't. I think just a general more understanding of what teenage girls are going through at the moment. It is really hard to be a teenager, full stop,
Yeah.
whatever your gender is. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like teachers put a lot of pressure on students to do it, get involved, but there are so many more things that come into it. Periods being one of them is a huge one. That fear of embarrassment there and worrying about it and cramping. I had the worst cramps ever. Did I want to do PE? No.
No. Yeah.
If I had understood why movement could have helped me ease my cramps, maybe I would have. But that's
Yeah.
that's a topic that we cover in our 6-week confidence course. It's, did you know that doing things like yoga or running around a little bit can really help with those symptoms? Um, so yeah, there's a lot of things that I would want to change that would take 3 million hours to talk about. But I think the simple things are just that understanding, having that flexibility of uniform. And I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people fighting for that. And yeah, just that belief and that openness. It's more about transparency. If you're honest, you're faking it. It's not being real. We need to be transparent, and teachers need to say like it's okay if you're not good at this. Just give it a go. Like not everyone's gonna be amazing at high jump or netball or running. Just give it a crack. But
Yeah.
also, is there anything that I can do to help you get involved? Because I feel like they don't even do enough of that.
No.
Maybe that girl would say, well, actually, I haven't got a sports bra to wear and I'm really embarrassed. Or another girl could say, well, actually, I haven't got period products because I can't afford them and I'm really embarrassed. Or there's this group and I'm struggling with this or that. And I've heard of teachers, PE teachers in particular, having group conversations about what the girls are actually struggling with because they've all started to disengage. And the PE teachers came to us with feedback and said all we needed to do was listen to them.
Yeah,
So
100%.
that's my advice.
No, so much in that, and I think you're so right. Like, I think they need to be more open to having those conversations and really seeing that there's more to just like why are they disengaging and
Yeah,
like asking and continuing that conversation as well. Not just like having like a one-off kind of thing and then just leaving
yeah,
it because like
yeah,
further down
literally
the line there'll be people struggling with maybe different things that they might not have brought up then. So
100%.
yeah, definitely. So my next question, and it's kind of slightly different,
Mhm.
but what have been some of your highlights or proudest achievements working with the young people that you work with?
Obviously, quantitatively, there's the data that supports it, and we can see 100% improvements in all areas of our course, which is amazing. And that in itself is like, whoa. But for me, it's that qualitative aspect of the schools that I'm going into. I'm building that relationship with those girls for 6 weeks. And their feedback is like, you're a big sister. We love you. We're going to miss you. Why can't you be around 24/7? For the first time, it felt like I was talking to an actual person, not a teacher. Felt like I
Oh,
was being
yeah.
listened to. Yeah, I feel like I need photos to back this up, but it's like we have a feedback board at the end of our course, and all the girls write down their thoughts about how they found the course, any feedback for us, what they've learned, just anything they want to write down. And it's so, so lovely what they're saying. It is really
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is it's healing my inner child as well, because I would have wanted something like this at school and I never had it. Yes, I had a big sister, but she was at boarding school, so I'd never really spoke to her much about it and my struggles. So for me, if I can get one girl to open up to me and for me to then give her strategies that may or may not work for her, but I'm like a Bible of strategies. So something will work. That
Yeah.
is like the most rewarding thing that I can come away from each school going, I've made a difference.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. And I think whenever I was coaching as well, it was really nice to get that feedback and hear like, oh, actually something stuck
Yeah,
with me, even like years later. And I think there's just something so special about that. And it's like, yes, the data is there and it's nice to see it, but those little things and those things people say is what you remember. Yeah.
yeah. And
So my last question is, what advice would you give to a young person who wants to get involved in sport but who doesn't have the confidence to get involved? Big
just give it
one
a
to end.
go. Yeah, literally, it's speaking from experience, you don't know unless you try. Um, it's my rule with everything is try it for 5 minutes, and if you still don't want to be there, leave. You
Yeah.
will always have a choice. You always have a choice. Like no one's forcing you to be there. Let's say you sign up to a club and you try it for 5 minutes and you're like, absolutely not. You feel like you might cry, can't do it. Um, you know, leave. You've given it a go. Maybe give it another shot in a couple of weeks' time because you need to try things a few times. But give it 5 minutes. If you hate it, no problem. Same thing we say to our girls in our cohort. If you don't like the first 5 minutes of the session, you can leave. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely fine. But if you like it and you're a little bit like, don't know what's coming next, but I'm thinking I might like it, who knows? Keep going. Like, don't even set a timer. Just go, I think it's been 5 minutes. Do I want to be here? I think so. Then keep going for it.
Right, yeah.
If it's a phobia or anxiety that you're worried about, I grew up having a mesophobia, which is fear of being sick. Awful. I'm over it now, thank God. But when I wanted to get involved in sports and I wanted to try something new, and it went up to university and I wanted to try a bit of lacrosse, And I was so scared because me getting out of breath, I just associate with being sick. And I just said to myself, no, I cannot let this rule my life. Can't do it. I need to just give it a crack. So I went down one evening and I was so, so anxious. I was so nervous, but I picked up my old lacrosse stick from school and gave it a go. And the next minute it was an hour and it was finished. And I was like, oh,
I just did that.
okay then. Like, yeah, I got out of breath, but I was able to go, no, I'm okay. Like I'm just
Yeah.
playing sport. I'm not feeling ill. And you just have to get out of that negative spiral and go, whoa, pause that button, be in the moment, give it a
Yeah.
crack. And if you're worried about fear of judgment, I always say to the girls that everybody else is so worried about what's going on in their mind to even focus on what you're worried about. Like if you're
Yeah.
insecure about your legs, or for me, it was my boobs, they're not. They're probably worried about their own legs or their own boobs.
Yeah.
So, you know, crack on with it. And if they're staring at you, they're probably jealous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I say anyway.
So
Um,
true.
yeah, everyone's thoughts and insecurities are all up here. There's not actually much space for them to go, oh, look at her. She doesn't look great. They're not. They're focusing about, oh, I don't really like how this is looking or whatever else. Um, so yeah, just you never know what might come out of it. That could be friendships, that could be connections, partnerships, it could be an entrance into another sporting club, it could be anything. Like I gave swimming a go and that led me to go to nationals, which was really cool. Um, so yeah, moral of the story is give it 5 minutes.
Yeah, I love that so much. I think, yeah, and obviously you can come back to it another time, but you're not forced to be there. You're not forced to do, like, it's not school.
No,
If you don't love it, then
even in school, be transparent. Try it for 5 minutes. And if you are absolutely hating it, go to your teacher with a solution and say,
yeah,
look, I'm really not enjoying this. Can I try an adapted version of it? Can I try something a little bit different? You know, that could be badminton. Sit down playing badminton.
yeah,
PT will be happy that you've come up with a solution and not
yeah,
going, not doing it, get me out.
yeah, yeah,
I don't
literally.
like that, but I want to try that that's
Yeah,
related to that. I
yeah,
like,
exactly. And sometimes they can be quite, like, there can be limited options. So if you come up with an idea that you can still get involved, then they'll be more than happy.
innovative.
Yeah,
So
exactly. You got to think outside the box sometimes. Because it can be quite limited. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much. I've loved our conversation. I'm feeling very motivated, so thank you. Thank you so much for listening to our